Hello little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. I had a brain fart, I guess you could say, or it's maybe one of those times when you're baking something and the air escapes and it deflates. You know, same kind of concept. And the video that I wanted to record, I could not do. So I came to Twitter and I was like, guys, what should I talk about? What should I talk about, my friends? My friends, what should I say? And a lovely Twitter user, who I will put down here that you can see their question, asked me something about either how much hate do I get for being trans or how do I deal with it? And I don't want to talk about that, but it made me think about, like, the first thing that came to my head was, why do people hate trans women? You know, why? And I want to ask you, why do you hate trans women? But I'm going to tell you why. Okay, it's going to be like that. Now, if you don't hate trans women, congratulations. You're cool, whatever. But you can still stay and watch because this could be interesting for you. You could learn something about trans people or trans perspectives or, you know, other people that don't like us. You know, you can learn something anyway, so stick around. Let's examine a few examples of situations where trans people are dehumanized or maybe even, you know, assaulted or anything like that. One very recent one is the whole trans bathroom thing, right? Where, you know, people don't want men in women's washrooms, which is great because no men would be going into the women's washroom if trans women were allowed in your washroom. Because I'm a woman, you understand? The fear there comes from a place of misinformation, I believe. It's like they think that trans women are predators. And I don't know where they're getting this, but it's from the people that I see saying these things are most often older white men, most often politicians, who use this fear-mongering as a way to garner votes or to gather support. I think a lot of the other people that have trouble with trans women being in washrooms are people that think your vagina is what makes you a woman. And when that comes up, I would like to ask those people, are you really reducing yourself and other women to just your genitals? Because isn't that like the exact opposite of what you're trying to do? And then also, what if it's, you know, what if this woman has a vagina but she can't have children? Does that mean her vagina is useless and therefore she's not a woman? Because like trans women that have vaginas can't have children, but they have a vagina. So are those women? Like what is your problem? Like where is the line? You know what I mean? Does it have to be a perfectly functional vagina? Does the labia have to be a certain size for them to be counted as a woman? Does their clitoris have to be smaller than 1 millimeter in diameter? Like what kinds of requirements do you have for the woman registration? Where is it? How do I do it? The point is, telling a woman that she can't go to the washroom in the same room that you use because her genitals aren't the same as yours is very, very strange and is none of your business. And the fact is, trans women have never assaulted women in a washroom. But then when it comes down to it, the people that are fighting this aren't fighting it because they're worried about women. They're fighting it simply because they want to gather support around something they know people are afraid of. And there's nothing to be afraid of. There's probably a lot more in that issue, but I want to move on for a second. Another situation in which trans women typically experience violence or even just, you know, alienation is, let me give you an example. You have this girlfriend. She's trans as fuck. She's trans. And you really like this girl, you know? Being trans isn't a thing that you think about her as. She's just a girl and she happens to be trans, you know? And you're like, fuck yeah, whatever. And you're like, yeah, I want to introduce her to my friends. And she's down, you know? She's like, yes, I would love to, you know, meet your friends. But then one of your friends is a dick. And this friend of yours will not accept the fact that your girlfriend is a woman, regardless of any surgical status, because her chromosomes aren't, you know, what he thinks women should have. This whole chromosomal argument is so, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Because the people that are arguing about chromosomes think that they actually matter. Like, you know, okay, chromosomes don't even define genitals. Do you understand? Chromosomes literally do not define anything 100% of the time. Like, of course, they make different things happen for people, but it is not certain. You know what I mean? There are many intersex people with chromosomes all over the spectrum that have genitals all over the spectrum. Chromosomes literally have nothing to do with your genitals when it comes down to 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Because all this stuff is like, you'll never be a woman because you have this chromosome. But it's like there are plenty of other women who are not trans that have that chromosome. So what are you saying, my friends? What are you saying, friends? If it's not the chromosome, it might just because, you know, it might just be because they maybe have a more masculine feature or something they interpret as masculine. Let's say like a larger jaw or broad shoulders or maybe they have, you know, big hands or something like that. And there are also plenty of cisgender women that have these features. There are also plenty of cisgender women that have PCOS who generate a lot of testosterone who have these features. And there are some women that don't have PCOS that still have these features. So there's no reason why you should be making these features out to be trans exclusive and therefore excluding trans women from being people. This is very hard for me to figure out because I can't believe people are this rude. Another one that I see, not nearly as often, but I still see sometimes, is girls, usually younger girls or even middle-aged women. It's usually not my generation. I find it's teenage girls or girls, women that are like 30 to 40 to 50. And they're always like, ugh, she does her makeup better than me, that's not fair. Or like, ugh, she has better boobs than me, how is that possible? And it's like, how is that possible? Why is that fair? Okay, what the fuck? Being born designated female at birth does not make you a makeup artist. It does not make you have big breasts. It does not make you have a nice bum. Literally, it just means that you're designated female at birth. It means you likely have a vagina. That's about all that means. So being designated male at birth and a transgender woman does not mean that I'm automatically going to suck at doing makeup or that I'm automatically going to have a flat chest and no butt. If a trans woman does have those, like, that's fine. That's fine. If a cis woman has those qualities, that's fine. If a cis woman is also a badass makeup artist and has a nice butt and nice boobs, that's fine. Every woman being who she is fine. That's exactly what I would love to see in the world. So I find there are these specific bitter people that are like openly jealous and want to tear us down when we're good at passing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's support each other. I'm here for you. You be here for me. Okay? Cool. Another thing that I hear occasionally that kind of baffles me is like a religious reason for not liking trans people. Because trans people aren't even in the Bible. It's not like they're even in the Bible as a negative thing. They don't even exist in the Bible or likely in any other religious text. So what are you doing? I think they like to interpret trans women specifically as men sleeping with men, but that ignores trans women that sleep with women, that ignores trans women that don't sleep with anybody, that ignores the fact that trans women are actually women. Okay, that ignores a lot of things. So the religious thing I don't even have to dive into because there's literally no reason for any religion anywhere to have hatred towards trans people. There are many, 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 many more situations that I could tell you about and I could talk about, but you know, nothing's coming to my head right now. So what I would like you to do is in the comments, if you're a trans person, tell me about a situation in which somebody was rude or mean to you or, you know, was actually murderous towards you, and maybe we can, you know, deconstruct why this person felt this way. And then people that come to this video that are not trans, I want you to look in the comments and read some other scenarios and, you know, learn about other situations in which maybe you have been wrong or other cis people have been wrong, so that you know how to support trans people in that situation, or, you know, just so you're aware. You know, learning is never bad. So if you just want to hang out in the comments, be nice to each other, be kind, okay? I will send you to your room if you are a troublemaker. I will. That is everything for today. I love you so much. Until next time, just remember, you are so cool, so rad, you are wonderful. You are the missing sweet roll in Skyrim. That's what you are. You're so sweet, you're the missing sweet roll because all of the sweet rolls came to you and formed a mega sweet roll and then you ran away. I love you, bye!